Hello everyone, today's topic I will talk to you about time. It is really important in understanding the other cultures dealing with the time. So what is time here? What does time mean? So it is not just time or the moment, you understand, or the time like the clock or the watch, but time here deals with the culture. It is really important to understand because we will have the probably the venture, the what we call like working together with the people around the world, and we have to know each other regarding with the time, how they respect the time, and how we understand about the time. So time here we have linear, flexible, or cyclical. And also for the next meeting, I will talk to you about power, hierarchy, or democratic. So let's get started. Fine, we have here linear, we have flexible, and we have cyclical. For the power, we have hierarchy and democratic. Now let's talk about time. We have here linear. The Western culture perceives time as linear or monochromatic, which has a definite beginning and an end. So here is the scenario: past, present, then future. They go along the linear time, monochromatic. Okay, they do not talk about the past, and they even do not have plan for the future. They just focus on today's task, A, then B, to C, to D, to E. Okay, they just go linear. Okay, linear, straight. So linear time, they tend to work around the concept of time is money. For the Americans, time is resource which is scarce commodity and not to be wasted. Wasting time is useless. They believe in scheduling tasks, doing one thing at a time, and frown upon the people who do not respect their time. They also focus on the future and tend to forget what happened in the past. So they think that probably the show must go on. Okay, like we have the expression used in the several what we call like logos, or the what we call like the symbols. A stitch on time saves night from the USA. Then from Swiss Air, the what we call like the aeroplanes company, the air company. Time is everything. Then the next from the Yiddish proverb, lose an hour in the morning, chase it all day long. That is the importance of time, because they value time as the money. When you lose your time, you lose your money. That is the concept of linear time. Then for the flexible time, there are cultures which are polychronic or flexible in nature. Flexible. It goes based on the conditional. They tend to work on several activities at a time. Even they can have the multitasking jobs, multi jobs at the same time. Like here, I think this chart describes our culture, right, in Indonesia. Okay, this is the theory, and we have the what we call like lunch at 12 till 2. Then we have schedule like at 9 a.m. we do this thing, then for the next activity we schedule at 10. Then for the next activity we make the schedule at 11. Then we will end the activities at 5. But in reality, it goes flexible. Even like the activity A, then you can finish even almost 11. Okay, and for lunch it can be what we call like probably late, right, after 2. Because everything polychronic, flexible, or we have the thing that to be cancelled, or we have the additional activities, then so we will not finish, we are not able to finish at 5 o'clock, can be after 5 or even 6 or 6:30 or 7, because in reality, for the flexible time, it is not based on the theory. The theory just for the guideline, but they do not obey the strict rule from the theory. They come for the conditional, situational, flexible, polychronic, right? We make appointment at 10, then you come late. I think it's usual in Indonesia. Or we have an event, meeting, or the seminar or workshop. The invitation is written at, we'll start the workshop at 10 a.m. But we see what happened in Indonesia. We have to wait, and we can start maybe 10:30 or 10:20. Ngaret, right? It is flexible because karet, rubber is flexible, can be stretched. Okay, for the next, for the flexible time, the counterpart of the linear concept, cyclical. The people who fall under this concept place importance of maintaining and like to multitasking, because they focus on the interaction harmony. Okay, they do not believe in schedule. Okay, so meeting family obligation comes before the meeting work deadlines. They tend to focus on the present. Okay, like here, sorry, for the flexible time we say like in Arabic, inshallah. Inshallah means for those who what we call like tend to flexible culture, flexible time, they will not give the what we call like a certain fixed schedule, because they may come late or they may come earlier, so they will say inshallah in Arabic, or manana Spain, or balana in Finland. They accept what comes, but it's flexible. They do not strict on the schedule. Okay. Then we have the cyclical time, cycle. Just like the cycle. In this culture, time manages the human and not the other way around. So time is neither linear or nor even specific, but repetitive or cyclical. More important is placed on doing things right and maintaining harmony rather than task or relationship. Right? Here, for the Western linear, then we have the Oriental here, the starting point. They like to put the repetition. They like to remind the history. Okay, right? It's not just linear, but they will review. Even they will talk about the what we call like event or the show happened during the previous time, the previous periods of time. So for the cyclical time, they maintain the harmony, worrying about getting things done on time. Their focus is long term and more about subscribing to the cyclical pattern of life. Okay, they do like contemplation. Okay, they maintain the relationship. Okay, they values past. They values the older stories. Okay, yeah. So even they think twice when they will have the thing to be done. Okay, they need to refer to the past and they will look for the future, the possibilities. So that is the cyclical time. So there are several steps to ensure while scheduling with different cultures, like linear time, they focus on schedule, future, and measure time in small units. Flexible time, they emphasize on relationship, present, and don't measure time. For the cyclical, they give importance to connection, relation, deliberation, while making decisions focus on past and for sustainable relationship. So here is the chart regarding with the cultural views toward time. For the linear time, they view time as an entity to be saved, spent, or wasted. For the flexible time, they view time as a fluid and flexible. And what about the cyclical time? They view time as a circular and repetition. Okay. For the linear time, they complete tasks sequentially. Flexible time, they work on multiple tasks. Even you can do so many things in one time. For example, like you have an appointment at 10 o'clock, but before 10 o'clock, then you have the emergency activity, or you can do whatever you want to do. You do not strict on your rule, on your schedule, but you can do the other. Well, you ignore this schedule first, then you can do many tasks or multitasking. For the cyclical time, you complete tasks over the long period of contemplation and reflection. So if I do this, so what will be the effect? What will be what we call it the comments or the justification regarding with the past experience? Kalau saya begini, nanti gimana dengan kondisi saya yang dulu dipermasalahkan, dulu saya pernah begini begitu. Very cyclical, they always repetitive. Next, for the linear time, they focus on the tasks to be completed, and flexible time, they focus on the relationship. For the cyclical time, they focus on the long term. Okay. Next, for the linear time, they separate works from family. For flexible time, they fuse work, family, and social life as well. For the cyclical time, there is connection and interrelatedness in people and events. And this one, for the cyclical time, they believe that life controls time. Life controls time. For the flexible, react as the days evolve. Then for the linear time, seeks to control time. They control time, maintaining the rigid schedule. Okay, because linear time, they focus on the future. Flexible time focus on the present. Cyclical time focus on the past. Okay, did you get the point? Good. So when you conduct business in for example, like teaching on having a business, what we call like affairs, right? according with the linear culture, linear time. For example, like I have a business partner with the Mr. X from United States, then I have to do like respect schedule, focus on the meeting, target the short term. Okay, here we have the description. Then when I conduct business with a flexible culture, I need to talk about the depersonalize the issue. Okay. Who knows that we do not only talk about the business, the task, but they will ask for your family, for your relationship to the other, for the connection. That is flexible culture. Then you provide a wider window of time. Okay, you need to be flexible, do not strict on time, right? When you have the business in flexible culture. For example, like your business partner is from Asia or from Indonesia, and then you have to deal with the flexible time as they want. Then you need to clarify expectation. This is really important, and also you avoid the strict deadline because they do not like to be forced with the deadline. Okay, they like being flexible, conditional. Okay, then when you conduct business in cyclical culture, the first is you need to be punctual. Then maximize face time. You need to build a relationship and remember face-to-face interaction. Then be patient. Okay, you need to calm down, slow, don't be in a hurry. Patient. Then you need to check the comfort level. Okay, is your partner comfortable or not? Nyaman atau tidak ngomong dengan kita. For example, like mungkin Anda nyaman, mungkin dia akan lebih nyaman ketika Anda bercerita tentang masa lalunya atau tidak mengungkit tentang masa lalunya, because they feel time based on the history, based on the cycle. They remember the past experiences, not just focus on the present and the future. Okay, so those are the explanation regarding with the cultural views toward time, and I want you to put the explanation on every single character here, and also give the example and how to deal with people from linear time, flexible, cyclical, based on your experiences. Or you may tell me the story about your friend experiences. That will be great. Thank you very much. Happy learning.